99.
It's a while ago.
So it's like 26 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried any supplements for the condition, like amino acids?
Yeah, I've tried a lot of different things, but I feel like the other, aside from the physical, I feel like it was done, like there was a purpose in them trying to hold me back and trying to hold back the feminine, or that there's some connection there with that too.
It's hard to say because they love destroying women's bodies so that they can't reproduce. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like one of their war standards that they use. Especially if they think she's going to produce a gifted child, more likely to disrupt her reproductive process.
Yeah, well,
But when you go ahead, sweetie. What you say?
oh, I said, luckily I was able to do that before I even had this.
Oh, wow. Good.
So a lot of what you're describing is common side effects from spinal surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I had C3, C4, what they call a hangman's break. And
Okay.
so they had to go in through my neck. And I still have numbness all the way through my neck where they went through at. So it's common to have numbness and loss of sensation following, because they can't not damage a nerve. It's almost impossible when you're working directly with the nervous system to not do something that interferes with the processing of the nerve at one point of the operation to the other. Something's going to get interrupted.
Right. Okay.
I have a little suggestion. It's a little unorthodox, but with the spine, there's forms of magnetic therapy where you can use heavy magnets, or sometimes they're in different geometrical shapes, and place them at the base, and then sometimes ascending up the spine and descending. That sometimes helps to jumpstart the electrical system, kind of help to kind of energize. And your body naturally has its way of trying to mitigate when we have issues, whether it has to do with health internally or externally. The body's masterful. I mean, this technology that we've been given is the best. And that's why they're always trying to hijack it. Because if they can't have it and get it, they try to disrupt it. So if you can do some magnetic therapy, it doesn't have to be orthodox or professionally done. If you can get geometrical shapes of and have someone, nicely while you're lying. If you can you lie flat? Is it uncomfortable for you to lie flat in your tummy?
Yeah, I can. That's no
Well, I'd ask that you do it, and this is going to be a little unorthodox. Hopefully, there's no children in the room. Floorburn goes left a little times, okay? Because I'm a fan of clothing as a disruptor. So I always say, if you can safely, as a woman, find a space outside without clothing, disrobe yourself and do magnetic, because remember, the earth is also grounding. So the earth will also help to mitigate, because it naturally has harmonizing frequencies that will help along with the magnetic frequency. So if you can safely, with a friend, like safely somewhere, lie flat on the ground without clothing, derobed, and also before you do this, just take a bath in salt water, because salt water is also an energizer. Just rinse in salt water. You don't have to do it. Just rinse it off, because it'll help. And just lie flat on the ground and allow someone to place the magnets on your back. Like I said, ascending, maybe starting from the base of the spine, going upward, and then also leaving it there, kind of letting the energies and lying and closing your eyes, allowing the energy to do so, and then doing it with descending motion, meaning change the geometrical shapes of the magnets and put it on your back. And maybe do that, be in that stance for maybe 15, 20 minutes. And also one other suggestion, because the trees are magnetic and really palatable for this. If you can stand or sit at the base of a tree, and again, clothing is a disruptor. So when you wear unnatural fibers like polyesters or things that are not linen or wool, or cottons, it really disrupts our magnetic frequency. We weren't meant to wear clothing. When colonizers came and they saw us as being so free and natural, but our body is the technology that works and can fix things. If you can sit at the base of a tree, if you can comfortably sit lotus and just put your back towards the tree and kind of like allow your spine to be aligned with the tree, that might help. The tree might give some of that baseline frequency to help align and fix, or not really fix, but maybe balance out your meridians that are causing like the disruptions in your spine energetically.
Okay. Where would I get those magnets?
I'm gonna find, because I saw this when I was abroad, so I'm gonna find the place where I have it, and what I'll do is I'll post it on on my channel and just
Mhm.
look, okay? Because I remember seeing it when I was in Brazil. You know, the Brazilians have wonderful ways of doing. They love doing wonderful things like that. So when I find a place, and just if you can try it and let myself and Rod know how you're doing, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you
I hope you
both.
feel better. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Okay.
you, Chief.
And remember, and also remember, clothing matters. Do not try to refrain from putting anything that is non-organic on your body.
Right.
Okay? That'll
Yep.
also help harmonize you. And linens also help. Sleeping at fresh linens, 100% like French linens at night. That helps to harmonize the meridians in the body as well.
Okay. Yep.
Okay?
Got it.
Feel better, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All
Have a
right.
good
Thank
night.
you. Thank you. Same to
You
you.
too.
Woohoo! We made it. Go Rod. Go Rod.
I forgot all about the magnets, and the tree is the most stable energy because they grounded and rooted.
Yeah. It works.
So,
Like when I gave birth to my first daughter, I remember I was having really bad, like lower back pain, and my trees used to talk to me telepathically. It was wild. Everybody thought I was going crazy. It's like the last stage of pregnancy. I was like, I can hear them. I hear them. So I remember going out, and I went out, and my favorite tree, I sat down and I put the base of my bum, like on the base of the tree, and I just leaned back. And oh my God, my back pain went away. It was magical. And anytime I had that lower, because you know that lower, because especially when you're all off, like your meridians are off because you're like imbalanced. Every time I sat underneath the tree, it harmonized my meridians in my back. That's where I learned that from. And they actually have such a connection to the woman's body, to everybody's body, but especially women. So I feel like it's best to go to them for assistance, but the magnets will help too.
yeah, them trees are something else.
They're
I told
magical.
you, I told you when I was in Florida, I had talked to a tree and it gave me a message. It sent me to talk to the tree up here. It told me to touch the tree up here.
Yes, like a phone line. That's the best
Mm.
form of communication. They can't hear it
Look,
because they ain't
so
hearing the messages.
look, soon as I touched the big tree out in front of the house,
Hmm.
because like when I touched the tree in Florida, he told me this the big tree in front of your house.
Oh
Like,
my
how
God.
do you know that?
Oh, I
So
love it.
when I got back, I had forgot about it for about a week, right?
Mhm.
And then I heard the tree from Florida say, "You just ain't gonna do what I asked you to do." So I got up out of my bed,
Yeah.
went outside, put my feet. They be wanting to remind me to take my shoes off. I take my shoes off and step on the roots. And as soon as my two palms touched the tree, every tree in the neighborhood bust out laughing.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. But this is
I was
how we
looking around like, what the?
Isn't that magical? And they have such a close relationship with us. Like it would be my goal to have it live in tree houses. You said that one time. We never used to walk on the ground. You said we used to live on
It was
treetops.
different tribes. We had treetop tribes.
I think that's
They
awesome.
used to walk from they used to walk from New Orleans to Florida without coming out the treetops.
I love that. I love that. Could you imagine?
Yeah,
It's so
that's why all them lumberjack stories is really about chopping down the trees to get rid of the treetop tribes.
it's sad. Oh boy. It's so much has happened since then. But I want to thank Rod Hayes for coming on tonight, y'all. What? He was a wealth of knowledge. Thank you so much, Rod. And also, I want everyone to give some love to Rod. I put his Cash App and his PayPal in there. Make sure you show love. He comes on here. Shares such great information. Really shares his time with us. Show some love to Rod Hayes, so that he comes back on our channel again, please. You know what I'm saying? And Rod, are you doing anything soon? Is there anything you want anyone to know? Can you share like anywhere I know you do Chief, which I really like that
Yeah.
yeah.
So she did that like in the whole of the system but she showed you the controlling players as the judges and gave them instructions and consequence of penalty. Right. So the grievance process is you can't write a grievance on something that can't be remedied. Right. The structure of the grievance has to state a clear call or action caused. Then you got to state a clear effect of that action. So if the grievance is because he punched me in the face, that's the action that caused the harm. I got a bloody nose. That's the harm that was caused. The remedy is I want to punch that mofo back in his nose till his nose bleed. Right. So you offered up the 3 key points of a grievance: cause, damage, and remedy. Once you do that, the grievance becomes self-activating.
Hey, we got about 15 minutes, Rod. We'll take questions from the crowd. Hey, y'all, if y'all want to show Brother Rod some love from the for the tape, we dropped his PayPal and Cash App in the links. If you got some questions concerning this tape, drop it in the chat. We'll put it on the screen so Chief can answer it. Man, this is the part. This is the part where they following. Also about them birth certificates, man. Them T-buns. See, that's the only way they were stealing the game, because they was using the birth certificates to sell the T-buns. But now them T-buns dissolving, even if people didn't go through the old way of claiming their stuff back, it's dissolving by the fraud, because they've been fraud so long. A fraud system can only go on for so long for the universe, the ultimate power of righteousness ended by default, without even the people, with the people agreeing to it mentally. See, once we all came to the awareness of mentally of what's happening to us and the fraud, it automatically goes away just by that default, just by us being aware of it. The universe automatically comes in and do something about it. Yeah,
that's absolutely correct, Albert. Yeah. Once you become aware of it, then you automatically start making deals with God on how to overcome it in your psyche and your subconscious. You're aware of it now. It's just brought it to the conscious, and you will automatically know what to do to act upon what your part is.
Right.
We already have military. You just didn't know it.
Crips, disciples. Hang, we got a whole army now. Crips, disciples, the Pyru, man. The list go on.
But it's more to it than this. So what he don't know, this also brings this to mind. Remember the white hats? Pick Trump to run for president after he got done trained on how to fire people. He became the liquidator in chief, right? So the military is actually because we've been under military control for almost 10 years now. Right? However long it was when Trump first got elected to now, that's how long we've been under military control. When they sent out the letter from George Bush, that was when they started switching people out with actors from central casting, because they started putting them in tribunals and Gitmo. Right? So now we're seeing the rollout, but it was all done through military intelligence. Is the ones who made the tree of corruption that they had to chop down. We had to know everybody on the tree. Right. So they got little pockets here and there, but they ain't gonna get away. But most of them gone. But now we at disclosure part and military intelligence. Remember, they have access to all of the documents on how to control the masses. In most of the rich black celebrities' contracts, through the Screen Actors Guild, it's a clause that they can't do certain community work in their areas. So, and some of them are barred from doing any type of charitable work, so you don't never hear their name coming up in charitable causes because they barred by contract.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's part of the deal with the devil they be telling everybody about they making Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they want a pineal gland and connect it to the computer chip? What they're building about, they want to build in Memphis. They don't need to hook you up to a computer to interface with your psyche.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to tie directly to your pineal gland. Right? They have now two-way radio transmission where they can actually be talking to you in your head and you just think you're thinking about something.
Mm-hmm. So do. Because Mark Brady talked about that a long time ago.
AI is the computer program. In the computer program, parameters determine the role they play and who's behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So the way AI is designed, that the quality of the question you ask will determine what program allow them to answer that question.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But because it doesn't have certain capacities of deception, there's ways you can question AI where AI can tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm. That's fact.
All right. So you got a lot of people learning how to interface with AI. But remember, once you interface, you enter your face into the AI system. Biometrics. Right? So AI playing a significant part in your waking, but is it artificial intelligence or ancestral intelligence? Because you know how to talk to your mom in a way to get stuff done that some of your siblings don't know how. They don't understand the language. Strategically, what's the best economic move and political move to make next 6 to 12 months? At this point, we passed trying to come up with new strategies. We finna see the result of the strategy that is applied. You just got to be prepared enough to take care of your family in a time of crisis, and your part of the job is primarily covered at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you have a generator? Mm-hmm. Right? Do you have access to fuel for the generator? How long will them generators run what you need ran before you run out of the use of the generator? Can you run it a week? Can you run it 2 days? You need to know that as a man in the family that's out front. Because if the electrical grid go down from these ships' presence overwhelming the frequency and magnetism of the earth that'll ground these electrical systems out, you won't have no electronics.
Mm-hmm.
So how will you be able to compensate for that before the system be able to be repaired?
Mm-hmm. And so I got tapes out on that, the how to survive the first 90 days blackout and 100 days when it hit the fan, and what supplies you would need, the solar generators and all that. We got that too in the military playlist. Go ahead, Roy. That's right here.
If you remember, Aaron, you should post them in the description here after the fact.
Yeah, I do it. I got all that. I posted it now.
Yeah. So she said, how do you see all this playing out realistically? Realistically, I see them securing what they call critical key points with the National Guard. I see them then exposing the Obama arrest as the opening of the disclosure. And the reason I believe that is because they've been doing soft disclosure, and Trump just came and sat out and said that Obama committed treason, and they got all the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to have to be the gateway to the floodgate of the fall of the cabal exposure. It's all the big movies, central casting. And then, of course, once all of that stuff heats up, that's to try to conceal the arrival. Remember that. Chief, what's your insight on gold? I know you spoke about it a couple of times. It's going to be the controlling currency on the reset because we're going to be doing away with credit. When we don't need for credit, right? So gold was going to be the standard. You can either get it in gold notes or you can get it in gold coins. But gold will be the controlling backing of the welfare people that taking away the debt system. So everybody will be able to have the means to get what you want. Plus, when you switch over to the gold standard and bring the new currency online, it's going to crash inflation. That means prices is going to plummet. And remember, it's a good chance that a lot of people are not going to understand what's going on and tear their cities up, raid their grocery stores. So we need to learn how or know how to sustain ourselves in a time of crisis. Greetings, how can we dialogue? I have resources. I searched for your emails, could not locate. I don't use email. The most likely way to contact me is by Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger. But I haven't been answering my messages lately because I've been moving away from social media. So now I'm primarily I just post.
All right, y'all. We'll take about one more question, and then we'll get up out of here.
So when the shit hit the fan, it falls to the ability that was bestowed upon us as the collective or individually to sustain life, or what's ours as sovereign beings. Yes, it's always been our right, but we had to remember the method. Not only was it our right, whenever we remembered the method and one of us used the method, it began to be self-actualizing to conquer the fraud. It become being on who can alert the most people of the fraud. How do we know it's the real Obama been arrested? We don't because of his clones, but we do know that the real Obama had already been arrested. Right before he got arrested after the Bush boys. So when they arrested the Bush boys, right before he got arrested, he did a speech at some Democrat convention saying that you shouldn't use the JAG courts on your political opponents.
Hey, shout out to that boy Montu Raw. He said check out Ham. He said check out Ham Radio certifications. I'm gonna check that out, Montu. Shout out for the super chat. Hey man, we got about 2,000 people on. If everybody can send Rod $1, that'll put them in the game. So we need Rod sitting at home calling these plays like this on these cats. Because this right here, we at what you call crunch time. As we go out, they get out of here and kick rocks and run Big Mama stuff back. We got to keep an eye on them because they the type of guys that like to kick you in the balls before they leave. You know what I'm saying? They type of guy like to get one off on you. So we ain't gonna let them get that one off on us this time. We're gonna block that one they're trying to get off on us. Hey, so Rod, I go say Rod.
They still gotta tell us everything they're gonna do. That's why we warned everybody about these schools.
Yeah.
They told us what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So all we can do is either listen or suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
But they sure gonna try to kick us in the testicles.
Yeah, right before they get out of here, they them type of guys, you know. But we watching for that though. Hey y'all, so yeah, if you can send them more, send them 5. If we can get 100 people to send them 5, that'll put them in the game. We got 2,000 people, so we gotta keep Raw in the game so that we can keep them sitting here watching these suckers 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Because we at crunch time here. We've been at war for so long. We think it's normal. We think that we ain't at war because we in a normal. We feel like it's normal. War is normal because we doing it so long. You know what I'm saying? But they've been attacking us. Go ahead, bro.
And a lot of us don't realize that war take different forms depending on what stage of the war conflict you in. Mm-hmm. We fighting a 500-year-old protracted struggle, mm-hmm. right? We've been fighting it in every field of human endeavor: education, economics, entertainment, labor law, politics, religion, sex, war, and health. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So we've been fighting it the whole time, but we started getting to the point we forgot we was fighting it, and we started enjoying being dancing on the battlefield. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also, like I said, hey, Roy, I need you to send me that one you had Trump talking about that paperwork, because Trump was saying in that paperwork that he was saying in that paperwork that they got Obama. They said they got the 5,000 papers or something on all the crimes that Obama and his whole organization was. I was like, man, this would have been crazy. This would have get.
Yeah,
ain't no telling what's up in that paperwork.
They say everything that Obama did, he was recording it. It was like he had they discovered a diary or something, or a ledger where he was going over, but that's how they got it cataloged. Mm-hmm. It don't necessarily have to be a journal. It could be emails, mm-hmm. text messages. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Recorded conversations in closed rooms. Mm-hmm. Because politicians do that. Yep. They have to record certain conversations, but they got to have a private conversation, and then later they release the contents of the conversation. Mm-hmm. Right? So whatever the conversation that's been taking place that's recorded, they have the entirety of everything. News is so prominent, real news sound absurd.
Right? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, y'all. We're going to be back, y'all. If we're going to be back on Monday, we can try to keep you updated about every 3-4 days on what's going on in the land, because we at crunch time now. Big Mamas, they finna run Big Mama stuff. Ain't no questions asked. Ain't nothing to talk about no more. Unless you want to holler at Uncle JoJo. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to talk about no more. Because our Uncle JoJo's finna come back. They got rid of our Uncle JoJo's. That we always, every family had their Uncle Joe, or had that enforcer that kept, you know what I'm saying? Every family had one of those. Chucky Williams was one. He was one of them ones that he actually went around beating up bullies. He actually hated gangs. Tookie actually hated gangs. He went around beating up gang members until he met Raymond Washington. And then he said, okay, yeah, we can hook up. Him and Raymond, right? But yeah, man, we back on the land. That's how we rocking. Hey, y'all, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And as always, free all our political prisoners. Shout out all our matriarchs returning on the land. We back in business, y'all. And on that note, we out. You want to say something, Rod?
Yeah, remember, we went over people giving public notices, mm-hmm. so that we aware that Chief Pioneer Rod Hayes not the only one using the tribal format. Mm-hmm. Right? Disregard what you think the person that's serving the public notice is supposed to look like. Look at the cause and effect of it. Mm-hmm. Right? Why would we let people that don't look like us give the public notice? Because we're not sending nobody else out there that look like us to get murdered. Because they know what we're doing. So we draft representatives to do it the same way they do. Mm-hmm. And it's an old rule. You can't shoot the messenger. Mm-hmm. Right? So the messenger, we can send whoever we want to send, But if we send one of us, we ain't the messenger. We are the authority.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to kill the authority. But you can't kill the authority if you send the messenger.
Right.
You walk in jurisdictional supremacy and don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we have to let people that understand how it's corrupted put them on public notice to shut the corruption down, which also serves as a secondary effect of me being able to show y'all the dismantling of the fraud in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the purpose of this, was to go over that information and to remind y'all, notice the agent, notice the principal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All media outlets with a reach of more than 1,000 people in a time-stamped archivable format is the measure for accurate and correct public notice.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who want to issue their sovereign public notice, any social media is a valid outlet for you to state your ability to govern yourself to the fraudulent system so that we can make it known we don't need it no more.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can do it, and it don't got to be long.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to put it in the public. On social media, it's in a time-stamped archivable format.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's the reason we're doing it, is the tribal standard of redemption from the legal fiction.